Well, big win for us today. I thought coming down here would be a big challenge. I think they're a program on the rise, playing well, finding ways to win, and it was a little bit of a slow go, but I think our continued improvement and just even the maturity about not panicking, being able to continue just to play ball, I think showed up. And defensively, we really made it hard for them. I know they had a lot of plays, a lot of pass attempts, not a lot of rushing yards, not very good on third down. That's all a recipe for success for us. And defensively, they do make some things pretty challenging. We were able to make some big plays. It wasn't perfect on offense, but at the end of the day, I think a balanced enough attack that we can feel proud about. So excited about it. That's a big win. It's the one right in front of us, and it's another step for this team.
What do you feel like was a bigger shift maybe in this game? The taco punt return, maybe Tremez's touchdown?
I think Taco's punt return. That's a 90-yard punt return, and we haven't got him loose and to get him loose and to make that play. And, if that calmed the waters a little bit, I mean, the defense got to stop to force the punt and everything. But I think just to be able to tie the game up there, I think that was a significant play. And, that's not to diminish the long pass because that was a third and long. And if they get that stop, they grasp that momentum back. So, big plays in our favor is what we want. We continue to be really good at not giving up big plays, and that's got to continue to be how this thing works for us.
And that was the longest punt return in MSU history. I know Taco's been such a weapon there, but just to do it again today with.
Yeah, I think he's just dangerous back there. I think teams have really done a good job of punting away from him, and that's a great strategy, but it's not easy. And I think Taco would be the first one to say there's 10 other guys out there doing their job. We've been really close on a couple up to this point, but the opportunities have been limited. So whether that's a deal where the punter outkicked the coverage a little bit, I know we'd have had 10 other guys scrapping, and he's just electric in the open field. And if we can continue to find ways to get him in the open field, that's going to be good for the Cats.
Right before that, they had converted first down, but then they had the penalty, and you guys were able to stop them, I think, or in that range. And then Justin being able to throw that touchdown pass right after he took a sack. So did you feel like there were just a lot of kind of hinge moments early in that game?
Yeah, I think that's where I go back to. We didn't panic. I know all the it wasn't this dominant deal out of the gate. They got some things defensively. We held it together, and then offensively, kind of same thing. And I think that's a big build for this team. We haven't maybe been in that type of situation. At least for a few weeks, and to do it on the road, to go down, I think just to continue to believe and know that ultimately it's gonna play in our favor, and obviously to have a couple guys make some big plays, sometimes that's what it takes.
And there was Zach Black had that stop on fourth down. There was the tip pass by Don, kind of in the middle. There was a screen that Hunter blew up. How can you speak?
Well, yeah, just a very disruptive front for sure, and I think you rattling off Zach and Dom. That's second team guys, and that's what we continue to need to have contributions by that entire group of 8-9 guys, and that makes it a lot easier for everybody on the back end because I know Pennington's a good quarterback, but when he's under duress, that's challenging for anybody, and I think he was under duress quite a bit, and I looked at it at halftime. They've thrown 31 times. That was a good thing for us that they had to throw that many times. Now they possessed the ball a little bit more, and we had those big plays. So that's all part of it. But I'm certain we took them off their game plan considerably. And then when we could get pressure on the passer, that's what we want.
In terms of the penalties today, I get they hit 7 in the first half. Just kind of overcoming that.
Yeah. We created some of our own adversity, I guess, in some situations where we were way behind the chains. I don't think we overcame them all. I think there's a few that are certainly correctable, and there's a few that are maybe just part of it. I know we get a couple runs that bounce out. That's not always the offensive lineman or the tight end to get that holding. That ball really has to stay inside. So, we got to be as disciplined as possible, and that wasn't maybe the case early. But at the same time, we didn't let those frustrations pile up on us, and I think that's a sign of a team that's growing.
Coach, you mentioned on Monday, the team would need to play complementary football again today. They certainly did. Just how satisfying is seeing that come to fruition on the field in game day?
Yeah, I think for us to win football games, there's got to be a contribution from all three phases. field position and obviously the score and all that plays into it. Special teams, gaining an edge. We weren't perfect in special teams again, but the edge in that one play is pretty significant. Yeah, and then offensively, not turning the ball over. Defensively, we got the one takeaway, but just really we made it hard on them, and that's the recipe for success for us is to have all three elements contribute, and that was the case today.
How would you assess just Justin's overall performance today?
Yeah, I think good. I know he continues to make a bunch of plays. I thought one of the best plays he made was that scramble out of I don't know what down that was, but that was a big play going left to right on our side. So he continues to make those plays, and I think he's not trying to do too much at the same time. He's got the ability to scramble and get that done, but he's not overdoing it. I thought he threw the ball very well. I think we probably dropped 3 balls, and I don't know, ultimately where his completion percentage fit, but he was throwing the ball where it needs to be thrown, and we got some guys on the other end making plays too. The run after catch was big today, and a lot to build off in so many ways.
After who you guys have kind of played the front half of the schedule, I know you're one game at a time, but to get kind of a statement win like this in a convincing fashion, I guess what is it?
Yeah, a statement. I don't know. We did what we were supposed to do: come down here and win. Each one of these conference games are their own, and we just want to keep piling them up. I guess that's the way I look at it. That's a good program we beat to do it at their place. That's again a credit to our guys, but that was what we intended on doing, and happy we did it today.